Hello everybody and welcome back to the United Stand. It is the road trip for Bournemouth. Mordzs, it is the Premier League. I feel like everyone is already looking forward to Bilbao away. But Ruben Amorim, he's got to rotate his squad. But at the same time, we can't keep losing Premier League games. How are you feeling about this Bournemouth game? Do you want to go out there and win? Are you not too fussed about it? What sort of team would you put out there if you were Amorim? Let me know your thoughts.
Listen, I'll be completely honest, I completely forgot we were even playing Bournemouth this week. In the back of my mind, I was just thinking about Bilbao. That's all I've been thinking about all week. The Bournemouth game, as much as I agree, look, we shouldn't be throwing away games. We shouldn't be just like dismissing any kind of game and thinking, you know what, it's just the Premier League. The Premier League should be your bread and butter anyway. You know, you should always go out there to try and win, regardless of who you're playing against. So, in that sense, yes, I do want to win, but at the same time, if I'm being genuinely honest, I'm not thinking about this Bournemouth game. I'm thinking completely about Bilbao.
Our record on the South Coast in Bournemouth isn't too great, but at the same time, we really don't want Bournemouth doing the double over us.
A lot of teams have done the double this season.
I know Wolves just did it last week. I'm trying to big up this Bournemouth game.
Okay, let's be positive. Let's be positive.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. But Ruben Amorim has spoken in his press conference and he said how important the Premier League is and he can't keep losing games. But at the same time, we can't keep losing players. Diogo Dalot injured potentially for the rest of the season, but at least the next few games with a calf injury in a position that we're really light on. Is that like alarm bells to Ruben Amorim that, look, your most important players you really are going to have to rest? Yeah,
100%. I mean, Dalot, of all players, Dalot, I mean, I look at Dalot and Bruno as like Terminator. Like, you just can't break them. They're like Wolverine. You can't bring them down. They're always going to come back. And for him to get injured, first of all, there's something going wrong at like the training. Like, 'cause why is it every player gets injured at Carrington? These guys are not getting like injured during a game where it's like, okay, fair enough, you can see why they've got injury. These guys are getting injured in between games. There's a problem that's going on at Carrington or wherever they are getting injured, which it needs to be solved, it needs to be understood and fixed. But it is a huge loss for United and Amorim. I mean, not to say that Dalot was one of our better players, but one, like we spoke about, consistent, and it's a very important position, and he has actually improved a lot recently. Yes, he was there was a lot of questions at the start of, when Amorim, a lot of fluff flying around, when Amorim first came. But recently, I feel like he's definitely improved. And like you said, there isn't that many players that can play his position anyway. So, yeah, I think it's a huge loss for United.
How do you combat that? See, I think the Bournemouth game, and I'm not just throwing away Premier League games, but at the same time, if you look at the league table, it's embarrassing no matter where we finish now, and we're not going to get relegated. So, does it actually matter that much? Probably not. It's just pride at the end of the day. But I would be using this Bournemouth game, if I was Ruben Amorim, to figure out who I want to play on the right side of them wing-back positions. Because I think there's a couple of options. Okay, so I'll go through them. You have Mazraoui, who could step into that right wing-back, which I feel like people would think straight away. But De Ligt is nearly back. Ahmad is nearly back, says Ruben Amorim. I don't think they're going to be back fit and ready to start for Bilbao next week. I just don't think that they will. They need game time under their belt. So I don't think you can have Ahmad playing there as an option. And also, with De Ligt not being back, your centre-backs choices, because Aidan Heaven isn't back either, gets whittled down quite quickly. So it's like, do you go with Fredrickson? Do you go with Lindelof? You could do that, but I'd be trialling it. You could either put Dorgu on the right and Harry Armas on the left, or there's a lot of talk coming out about Camerson from the academy, who is a right-back or attacking right-back, who a lot of people are eyeing up to potentially compete for that wing-back position. And some people even said that's why, even though we were going for Kenda and Chelsea ended up sweeping him out from under the rug, sweeping him off us. Sweeping him off us is what I'm trying to say. Like the wind is sweeping me away. United haven't gone back into the right wing-back market because Ruben Amorim wants to have a look at this player in pre-season. Yeah,
I mean, naturally, I would start off with, I would obviously try the Mazraoui, right wing back, just because we have seen it before, and he wasn't terrible. It wasn't like he was way out of his depth. He can play that position, and I feel like Mazraoui is probably our most versatile player in general. Like out of everyone, he could probably play the most positions. So if I was going to trust anyone to play in a new position, it would be Mazraoui. But I do like what we said about the Dorgu and Harry Armas, because Harry Armas is still very young, I understand, but he did have a decent game last week. So arguably, man of the match. So, I mean, obviously we still lost it, but I mean, he did play very well. And these kind of games can kind of show you how mature a player is, a young player is. Sometimes you got to throw these guys in the deep end and see if they'll sink or float. You know what I mean? So, Yeah, sink or float. So that could be a game where we put Harry Amos in it and see how good he does and if he can actually take that position potentially. So, and obviously, yeah, play Dorgu on the right.
See, this is why I'm sort of an advocate for Camerson as well, because I mean, so many people probably didn't even know who Tyler Fredrickson was until Ruben Amorim started him against Wolves. And Camerson, a few people might not know who he is. He's doing really well in the academy as a right back. It's like, why not give him a go? Fredrickson, we gave him a go. He was great.
Yeah.
He was fine.
Yeah.
And again, I said I don't even know if this is a compliment considering how bad United have been in the Premier League, but he didn't look out of place. Do you know what I mean? He actually...
he was a bit comfortable.
He looked very comfortable. He got the foot wrong.
Yeah.
And so why don't we try another youth player who could take that position and could thrive in a game that realistically doesn't really mean much, gives the young players a great bit of experience. I think it's a good opportunity. You could even play, I won't maybe not start him, but you could even go with Dorgu and Armas first half, bring Camerson on in the second half. We know what Mazraoui's like there. We know we can do it, and I think that's what he'll opt for in the big one against Bilbao. I definitely think that's what he'll opt for. But again, you know, if Fredrickson does really well and he plays, he could see himself in line to start against Bilbao potentially.
Yeah, look, I'm actually not too... Like, I'm not too against any of the options that you just mentioned. I'm not like, oh, we can't play Armas or we can't play Fredrickson or we can't play any of these guys. The reality is we're very much handicapped in terms of who we can play regardless. So whoever we do play, it's going to be a bit of a new position for somebody regardless. So I'm actually a bit excited to see who he plays against Bournemouth, because that kind of will give us the best inkling as to who he's going to play on Thursday against Bilbao, which is, like I said, which is what we're all thinking about.
Exactly, and I tell you what, obviously it's gutting that Dallow's injured, and I think when I saw it pop up, I was like, no. I literally out loud went, no, like that, because I thought he was Terminator. He's in the Bruno Fernandes category for me, and even though he's had a bit of criticism, he has been a really important player, and he is an important player for Ruben Amorim, and he's actually just started to find his feet properly in this system. But if I'm Harry Armas, if I'm Tyler Fredrickson, if I'm one of the younger players, I'm thinking, oh, I've got a real opportunity in Bournemouth to potentially get myself in contention to play against Bilbao over in Spain. Like, that is absolutely huge, and that's the massive game. That's going to be the biggest game. Every Europa League game now is the biggest game of Ruben Amorim's Manchester United career in this Manchester United team season. So that's a huge opportunity for them younger players. Definitely. Ahmad nearly back. De Ligt nearly back. Heaven is out. If you're Amorim, are you just like, no, leave him out for this game?
The Bournemouth game, I'm not risking it. It's too, like, the way these players are so fragile these days, I'm not even going to put them on the pitch. You know, I mean, we're playing away, and it's not like, if it was at home, you might want to just do it for the fans and whatnot, but we're playing away. Let's just save them, wrap them up in cotton wool, and see if they can get back for maybe the second leg of the semi-final or potentially the final. I
remember that Casemiro goal last time we're at Bournemouth. That might be the time before even, but it's always like a tough game when you're down there, and they have been a better side than us this season. Their manager Areola is absolutely fantastic. Areola's a fantastic manager. He's done a great job with Bournemouth. What Bournemouth players do you think Manchester United need to keep an eye on? Because we have been, I know it looks like Cunha's nearly wrapped up, but we have been linked to Semenyo as well, and he's someone that I think a lot of United fans will be watching for. I
think the two main players that I think of when I think of Bournemouth is Semenyo and Justin Kluivert as well. I think both of them are amazing attacking players. I think Kluivert's even been linked with us as well. I remember doing one of the shows anyway. What was going on? I think it was when you went to Dublin and I did one of the shows, and we were talking about Kluivert potentially coming to you, not coming, but being an option in that 10 role or that striker role.
There's a lot of options out there.
There's a lot of options, a lot of Premier League proven players nowadays. I mean, he hasn't played a lot of Premier League football in terms of like seasons, but I think this season definitely he's done well. So him and Semenyo, I think, are two great players, two great Premier League players, and whether or not they'll come to United, I have no idea. But I think they're two players that we should definitely consider in terms of threats for Bournemouth when we're playing them this weekend.
Huijsen as well, their centre back that everyone's looking at. He looks like a proper prospect.
He's going to go get a big move. We
don't need a centre back now. We've went and got Euro, but he's going to end up at a big move, and I think a lot of clubs are circling around him. So definitely. He's a one to watch as well defensively with our attack that has been struggling. Question: do you go with Cheeto starting, or do you stick with Højlund in hopes he's going to get a goal?
Even that's a difficult question. Cheeto, again, actually, I didn't really watch the game too much just to see how good Cheeto was, but I heard that he wasn't too bad. It wasn't amazing, but it's hard to
It's hard to do worse.
Yeah, no disrespect, but it's really hard to do worse than what Hoyland's doing right now. The only reason why I would say Cheeto is just because Hoyland's definitely going to play, against Bilbao. So you want to give him a bit of rest, a bit of break, save his legs a little bit. So you would play Cheeto there. Even if it's like, maybe not to start, but even if it's like a 30-40 minute cameo, you're going to want to play Cheeto regardless in that game.
You never know. Could be a Kobe Mainu false 9 situation in Bilbao.
You never know.
What I will say is in the Wolves game, there was fantastic crosses coming in from both Dargu and Armas, and Hoyland was nowhere to be seen. He missed a sitter. He is getting closer and closer, so I feel like Ruben Amorim's between the situation where it's like, do I keep playing him in hopes that he gets a goal and he can take that confidence into the Europa League game against Bilbao, or do I give Cheeto an opportunity, considering Hoyland is going to be probably playing in Bilbao, and give Cheeto that opportunity like he's giving the other youngsters, because Cheeto's watching his peers and he's doing pretty well when he's coming onto the pitch. I'd personally go Cheeto, and the only reason I would, well, a couple of reasons. Yeah, I would. I'd start him because Armas started, he was really good. Fredrickson started, he was solid. I think Cheeto looks decent when he comes on. The reason I'd go for him is because, one, remember what happened when we started Xerxes against Newcastle and he got injured and now he's out for the season. As much as people criticise Hoyland, we need him. He's our only available striker in the Europa League, apart from Maguire and Mainu, who are kind of makeshift. So I want him to stay fit. And second of all, I get, trying to play Hoyland into form, but it's just not working. He's having so much opportunity and he's not scoring. I'd take him out the firing line a little bit and let him rest and recuperate for Bilbao. Maybe probably bring him on for maybe 20 minutes at the end if you need to. Yeah, that's what I'd go. But last but not least, Mordzs, score prediction.
It's early as well. Score prediction for Bournemouth. I'm not going to go with a loss just because it's a nice day, innit? So I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to say a 2-2 draw. We scored 5 goals against Bilbao, so we can at least get 2 against Bournemouth.
It's going to be quite a rotated team, I think.
Yeah, it will. And to be fair, Bournemouth are competing for a European spot this season, so they're going to fully go out as... I'm still going to go for a draw. I'm
going to go with a 1-1. A draw as well. I can't predict a loss. I just don't have it in me. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 as well. Get in the comments down below what you're going to go for. What's your score prediction? Who would you want to start for Manchester United in this game? Any youngsters you'd want to see Ruben Amorim take a chance on? And everyone, enjoy the game and come on, United.